Okay, so I bought a 2006 Honda CRF450R. I paid, that's right, 600 bucks for it. But it has its issues. I'm not doing a full build series and all that on this. I am just going to make it nice, clean it up. So the issues that I have already found, I put a clutch cable on it. Compression was kind of crap. Did a valve job, did the auto decomp. I'm draining the oil right now. Clutch side oil, ugh, it actually like stunk. It was really bad. That bolt's broken off in there, so that rattles around. Exhaust leaks. Has some trinkets on there. Dirty, but radiators look good. The motor sounded fine when it finally ran, but the brakes, they don't work. It has an hour meter on it. Bars are bent. Hot start. Lever and the perch broken. This is duct taped on. The bars are crazy bent, actually. I have some oil, new clutch plates. Here's let's crack into it. You like the grips? Okay, so this is what we have. The dirty, nasty, filthy dirt bike.
What is that? Oh shit, what is that?
This is where the mount broke off and someone tried to, I don't know, use clay or something to mount it up. I have the broken mount over there, but I am not an aluminum welder. That's broken off. And those springs. No air filter. That's not how you hook that up. So who knows how many hours it has? I was gonna edit the clutch and the plate removal, you know, the one by one, kind of like you just saw with the bolts and the springs and stuff, but I kind of wanted to have just an excuse to do a voiceover. This thing gave me a huge issue trying to get it off, and I don't know what the issue was, or if it's just all of these bikes, or where it hits the frame on the bottom left. I don't know. Instead of a mechanic, I felt more like an archaeologist or something, but I'm pretty proud of myself for getting that thing off of there without even cussing once. Twice. There's times like these where you just have to take a break. Gosh, damn it, dude. If you keep going at it, you're gonna lose your patience and you're just gonna mess something up. You're gonna break apart and find yourself on eBay trying to look up some discontinued Honda part. Oh, I gotta spin this thing around, do all that shit now. But I left all this in here because this is the reality of it. I could have edited all this out and it would have looked like it just went without a hitch, but that is rarely ever the case. And this was my stopping point. So I took the night off, came down the next morning, refreshed, examined what I had, and it actually wasn't that bad. Well, I say that, but the clutch basket? Well, so this is what I've been doing for the past, I don't know, 4 hours. Cleaning this whole thing up and grinding out the grooves and smoothing them down. So then cleaning these surfaces off. Cleaning everything else up.
Say I'm too locked in, I should give it up. But it's still the old me, I'm never switching up. Got the crowd jumping like it's double dutch. And now you wanted something like I ain't doing enough. Oh Lord, I'm so committed and driven by competition. I'm getting with intuition, it's killing the opposition.
It was coming together. It's the next morning and we are gonna replace these bars. Those hex bolts holding on the bar mounts were absolutely frozen in there. One of them gave me a, oh, no you don't, bitch, pretty good run for my money. So I did what anybody would do. Took a sledgehammer, smashed the torque bits in there, and used brute force to get it out. So we had it mostly stripped down and now it's finally time to give this carburetor some attention. Alright, you guys know the deal. Gonna break into this. I have, I don't know what that is. Carburetor stuff. Well, I'm really glad that I decided to do this. I had to use my impact driver set to get some of the jets out. Gnarly. Gross. Well, here's the progress so far. Here's the mid body. Blue. Okay, time for a bath. The carburetor after the rebuild. After the old clean and rebuild.
Wow.
Definitely way better than it was. Forgot to clean the inspection cap thing at the bottom. Pretty good, pretty good.
Yeah.
It's time to clean this thing up, so I'm gonna bust out the pressure washer on it. One thing I did do was this. Ooh, shit. I don't know. I thought it was gonna look a little more like bronze, not so orange, but I think with the new grips and stuff on there, the bar pad, plastics, it'll look good. So let's get the hose down. But before I did, I had to make sure everything was taped off. All right, so here's the preliminary, I guess. Just the, I guess the initial wash down. Still looks like something I fished out of a pond, but it's better. So I'm gonna have to get in there and do some manual scrubbing. Dun, 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 dun. I totally forgot the grip and throttle tube were all one assembly, meaning the grip doesn't come off. The level 10 performance I went. All right, so this thing is about as clean as I'm willing to get it right now. So I'm just gonna start putting it back together. Oh man, it's freaking hot out here. This guy is relentless. Oh, not bad. 115, 118 PSI. Okay, folks, here's the update. Just put the subframe on. I got the carburetor installed and all of the controls. It's almost 10 p.m. I started at 10:30, 11. It was just washing this thing is what drained my energy, dude. I have a clutch lever that needs to be replaced because it's wobbly as fuck because of this. Rotating clamp. It's the hot start. It's the hot start. It's the hot start. Now, what I'm going to do, start putting the body back on, mate. Okay, so an update. Put everything back together. Fired it up and it was super lean. Throwing flames out the exhaust. And actually bogging so bad would shut off. So I just did the accelerator pump timing, if you will. Air fuel mixture. And I have it pretty much at backed out half a turn. So I have it half a turn. I think like anywhere from 1.5 to 2, like 1.85 is what the stock is, or OEM factory, whatever. I'm gonna fire it up and see where it's at. First kick, no big deal. So here I was just trying to warm up the engine a little bit by pulling the choke up, setting it down, pulling the choke up, setting it down. I went to try the throttle to see if I had fixed the issue, and well, you guessed it. Still lean. Yeah, you think? You may have noticed it's missing a tire. That's because the chain was super loose and this is like frozen in there. Well, here's the culprit. Super bent. So I just ordered a new set of titanium ones. Also bought a new set of levers for it. Whew. So I skipped a couple steps in the video. It's like a week later since the last clip. Got a new sprocket on the front. Still need a rear sprocket. I just need to get this thing tuned right, and I couldn't do that with the other chain that was on there. Been through 3 chains. Finally got this one on. Put the new adjuster bolts in. Cleaned all this stuff up. Got some new wheel bearings in there. Got a mud flap on the wheel. Once I get it tuned, I'm gonna pull the shock off and rebuild it. Up next on the agenda is to replace this. Yeah, it's bent. So let's get that swapped out. And there it is. After this first quick test ride, I was now confident that the valves were properly seated and the carb jetting was pretty much where it needed to be. My little brother just called me on the phone and said he was on his way over. Maybe we put him on the 450. Mind you, he hasn't ridden a dirt bike in like a decade. Let's see how it goes. So at this point in the build, the rear brake still needed to be bled, and there was still quite a bit of work to do to it, but everything else seemed on point.
Been a minute. Yeah, you see the back brake doesn't work that well. I don't know. Take it for a spin.
By the way, all of my neighbors are super cool. I do not do this frequently, and they understand that I'm constantly working on dirt bikes, and every now and then, yeah, I give it a little test ride up and down the street.
Beautiful like diamonds in the sky, shine bright like a diamond, shine bright like a diamond, shining bright like
pointed at my son's bike in the garage and was like, "What's that?"
Ribbon.
Okay, now it was probably time to wrap it up. And it was also time to wrap up the 450 build with a full brake rebuild and a few other finishing touches, like an aluminum hot start adapter, some new springs for the foot pegs, and then polish the frame to really make this build pop. And I have to say, I'm pretty happy with the way this build turned out, and completely reviving an icon.
Rivalry.